Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you're here. If you are new here, if this is your first time, if you're returning, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I'm really excited. As you've seen by the title, this week we're going to attempt to read 5 books in 5 days. I have never done this. I've never tried to do this. I have so many books that I want to choose from, and I feel like the best way to do this is to pick shorter ones, but I am nothing if not a mood reader. So if I end up picking a long book and sabotaging myself, no one will be surprised. I'm just gonna go grab a few books and we can decide which one I feel like starting with. Okay, so I have a little pile here. There are some books that I have downstairs that I will get in a sec, but this week I'm thinking Hate Mail by Donna Marchetti. I just feel like this will be a really fun rom-com vibe. And then I also have the new Carrie Fortune book. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this for another video, maybe like a summer reading vlog. As I said, I do have a longer book here, but I do really want to read this. It is currently 20 degrees outside, like Celsius, and that's really hot for here, so it's summer. And this is a summer book, so I am kind of feeling like trying this, even though it is over 500 pages. But I won't be starting with this first. Then I also have The Idea of You, you know, that new movie. These are all very rom-com-y. They're all very easy reads, but I feel like it's the best thing to go with. Like, no lithic or like fantasy for this challenge. I also have another book downstairs, Night Shift, which I do feel like I'm going to start with, and I will get it in a minute. But yeah, I'm really excited for this challenge. Let's just get started. I will let you know when I start my first book and how we're getting on. But let's just wish me luck. Hey guys, so I just wanted to update you on Night Shift. I'm halfway through at the moment and it's so much fun. Like, it's really funny, but I was reading it earlier and there was this scene and it was so out of pocket. Like, if you read it, what do you mean in the bookshop? It was just really, I don't know, it's just really, I was like, stop. But yeah, no, it's really fun. I'm actually enjoying it so much more than I thought. I actually thought I wouldn't like this at all, and it's so much fun. I've looked up Annie Crown since then just to see if she had any more books because I want to read them, but she doesn't have any at the moment. But it's so fun. It's like I haven't had this much fun with a book in so long. It is nothing spectacular, but yet I'm like obsessed. I love that. Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk about our first book. I actually thought this was so fun. I wasn't expecting to like it as much at all. I actually thought I wouldn't like it, but this is the easiest book I've ever read. Like, I couldn't put it down. It was by no means a masterpiece, but it was just so good. Like, it was really funny. Some of the scenes I was gagged. What do you mean? If you've read this, what do you mean the bookshop? What do you... I was, yeah. Anyway, it was really fun. I really loved the characters. There was no crazy development. I actually just had a really good time. I can't even explain why, because it's just like a normal romance. But she was really funny. And I was actually, as soon as I finished it, I looked up Annie Crown to see if she had any more books. And she doesn't yet, but I will be picking up whatever book she releases next, because it was such a fun time. Like, I haven't had this much fun with a book in a while, so I would really recommend this. I've realized that I'm probably gonna have to be like reading like 2 books or something at a time, because even though I'm not in college for the summer, I'm still working and I also like still have plans. So I don't know why I thought I was gonna have so much time. But also, that being said, I have also been watching Vanderpump Rules like so much when I could be reading. So, you know, we gotta hold ourselves accountable. But yeah, so far this is really fun. I haven't decided what books I'm gonna read next, but I don't know. Even though I know, like, to successfully finish this challenge, I should probably pick like shorter books. But that's the thing, I don't love like just reading books for the sake of reading them. So maybe this challenge is like, I know this doesn't make any sense, but basically if I'm like feeling like, I'm such a mood reader, so if I'm feeling a longer book, I'm just gonna try. So if I pick up something a bit longer and you're watching and you're thinking you're not going to get it done, we're just going to have to see. But so far I'm pretty confident. Let's just keep going. I think the book that I'm going to pick up today is Carrie Soto's Back. So I'm going to sit down, I'm going to read it. I know that I can get the audiobook on Spotify too, so I'm going to probably listen to that while I'm like doing some things. Yeah, very excited, and when I get further into this I'll update you. Hey guys, so I just wanted to update you on our little challenge. I am currently on page 201 of Carrie Soto's Back. I wanted to read this for so long, and I'm actually like, I can't believe I waited so long because I adore After I Do and One True Loves. They're so good, and I know as well with Malibu Rising I read that in one day, so I knew that this would be like a good choice for this challenge. This book is so good, and I have been listening to some of it on my audiobook as well on like Spotify, and it's so engaging because they have like the music and like reporters and like all that, and there's like different characters speaking, so it is so fun. But I'm flying through this, I don't want to put it down, which is really nice. It's really exciting. So far really good. Hopefully we're gonna finish this today. We probably will. Like, I'm over halfway through it now and time's just flying. I will update you guys. I know a lot of people have read this already, but I can give like a little brief like description of it. Okay, I finished Carrie Soto's Back just now and it was so good. I think I'm gonna give this like a 4 or 4.5 stars. I loved this. Anything you read by Taylor Jenkins Reid, like you're gonna read it so fast, but you're not even gonna notice. It just flies by. And how did she make me interested in such a tennis heavy book? I don't know anything about tennis, and at the start when it was like explaining a lot I was like nervous. I wouldn't like it, but it was so good. So good, like she never fails. Guys, so I have been reading Hate Mail most of the day pretty much, and at the moment I'm on page 143. I think I'm like 40% in, I'm not halfway yet, and it's 5:30. Do I have hope that I can finish it? Yeah. And if I don't finish it today, I'll finish it tomorrow and then start the next book. But so far this is really fun. It's about Naomi and Luca. Naomi is a weather girl and I don't really know what Luca does yet. I'm still finding that out, but he was in the military. And years and years ago when they were younger, they were pen pals. And the letters were brutal, like they were so mean. So it started becoming like this competition of like who could almost like beat the next person or get the last word. But Naomi, out of nowhere, she stopped receiving letters, and for 2 years she didn't get anything. And then Luca randomly just sends her a letter, which sends it to her work at the weather station, and he doesn't do a return address, so she's trying to find him. So it's like we're trying to figure out what happened because slowly we're getting told the letters, and yeah, so far it's really fun. Ooh, I'm on page 241 and like stuff just started to unravel, like things are starting to come together. I know it's a rom-com, but yeah, things are coming together. This is exciting. I just finished Hate Mail. Some bits I just think like, oh, that's so convenient that happened, whatever. It was fun. I had a great time. It was so easy to read, but I didn't feel like I was just reading for the sake of reading. Like I was enjoying it and I wanted to keep going. So that's always a plus, because I hate reading a really easy book and I just feel like I don't care. But this was actually really fun. Okay, so I wanted to let you guys know how I got on with Hate Mail by Donna Marchetti. I finished this yesterday. This was so much fun. I loved it. It was just really easy. It kept my engagement because I was trying to figure out what was going on. But I don't know, the twist was a bit like, oh, you know, kind of predictable, but it was okay. It was like the perfect rom-com that I was looking for. Just a really chill vibe, and it was funny. Their letters that they sent to each other were brutal. absolutely brutal. Like, it's so funny. I hate like imagining that that's our main guy, because what is that? But she's beautiful, so that's okay. This book was so fun. I read it so quick. It was 366 pages and it felt like 100, like, but yeah. Hey guys, so I haven't updated you at all on one of our books, but I'm gonna do that now. So basically, I've been super busy today, but last night on my Kindle, I was feeling like starting a Kindle book for the challenge, and I saw that I had Cultish on my Kindle, and I've had that for a long time, but it's quite short, and I kind of felt like a non-fiction to break up all the romances that we were doing. So I started that last night, and I got a really big chunk into it because it's quite easy and accessible writing and it's interesting. So I read that until I like fell asleep, and then I had enough on my Spotify listening time to listen to it today. So when I was walking to work, that's like a 45-minute walk, so I actually finished the book today. So that is one book done. That was Cultish. It is a non-fiction book about like the language of like cults and stuff. It was good. I will do a more in-depth probably wrap up in the end. It wasn't like phenomenal, but it was easy. It was interesting. I feel like the whole book was kind of like an introduction to points that she was making, so it was still good. I couldn't write it, but yeah, it was like she'd get to a point and then she'd move on, if that makes sense. But yeah, that is another book done, so that was really exciting. But yeah, I didn't get like any clips of me reading it because it has been so busy, but I'm really glad I picked that because it was, yeah, it's helping us through the challenge. So I will let you guys know when I move on next. I will pick my book and I will show you and all that good stuff. Also, my hair is like wet and awful in nearly all of the clips in this video. That is because I'm like at work every day this week and I work at a pool, so my hair is going to be wet. So please just ignore that because I look like I just don't know how to wash my hair, but it's just because it's wet right now. It's 8:30 and today's read has been Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. Now, did I think for some reason that even though this is over 500 pages, that this would be a good book to include in this challenge? Yeah, I did. I don't know what came over me, but yeah, as I said, it's 8:30 and I'm on page 97. 97. I did also have work today, so maybe even do it, but look, this is why it's a challenge. We're gonna try. Yeah. Hey guys, so I knew in the back of my head that this was long, but for some reason I was like, no, I can finish this in one day. In what world? So I started Say You Swear, and for ages and ages I was like, I will hate this book, I don't want to read it. But it was in the works for €4 the other day, and I thought this is meant to be like really summery, and it is so good. I'm loving this. I'm on page 259, which I think is pretty decent. I don't know, I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Because again, I'm not trying to rush through this. I'm not trying to rush through any of these books. I feel like the fun of the challenge is to see like naturally if I could read 5 books in 5 days. Maybe another time I will like rush through it, but there's no books that I just want to get done in my TBR. Like, I want to enjoy them all. So far this is really good. Even though I am nowhere near finished, I'm like halfway. I'm still confident. Yeah, so I will update you guys. Guys, I just wanted to give you an update. I'm currently on page 349. We're loving it. It's getting a bit messy. It's been messy, but it's getting messy. But I'm here for it. I love Noah so much. I love it, and I love Cameron. I think there's a few more books in this, like, this is like a series, but I haven't heard like anyone talk about any of the others ever. So if you've read them, let me know if they're good, because I'm sure I have a feeling like it probably follows the other characters in this. Maybe I could be completely wrong, but I'm kind of interested in that. So hey guys, I am in fact updating you with some news. Today is Saturday, so obviously the challenge finished yesterday, and I finished 4.5 books this week. So not 5 in 5 days, but 4.5 in 5 days. And I think I'm going to use the excuse that Say You Swear is really long and I'm only halfway through it, but it's like 250 pages I'm in. So if I had picked a like 250 page book, then I would have read 5. So I technically read 5 books in 5 days if we were going by page count. That makes no sense. Like that's a lie. But that's the logic I'm using. I'm gonna keep reading it in this video, even though the challenge is technically over. I don't want to just leave the vlog done, so I'm gonna keep this video going until I finish Say You Swear so I can give you an update. But it's so good. Yeah, all these books have been so good. Like Carrie, Soto is back. I ate that. It was so good. Oh my god. Guys, I don't know how I feel about Say You Swear. So I finished it this morning and today's Sunday, and see, it's so good. It was really, really good. Like I loved this. But there was some bits and I was like, what? But last night I wish I recorded my reaction. I was reading and out of nowhere, like literally it just like got me. Out of nowhere this like crazy thing happened that like changed the whole trajectory of the book, and I was like, how are you gonna do that to me? And then I was reading, whatever, it was like crazy, but then it got better. Then this morning I was reading and then all of a sudden another like thing just came out of nowhere, like traumatizing. Like I think Megan Brandy did a really good job of just like shocking you out of nowhere, but I had to keep going back because I'd be like, oh, did I miss a line? But how she did it was she would imply that something happened but then write it like a few pages later, so you were like really confused, and then it just dropped. I was like, oh. So I was looking at the Goodreads ratings just because I'm really torn as to what I was gonna rate it. I'm in the 4.5 range at the moment, but what I found really interesting was that I think sometimes people take these books so seriously. Like, when was it ever that deep? Like, look at the cover and the back. Like, it's so Wattpad-y. But I feel like if you go in and you're like, I'm gonna read like a really easy, well, you know, a really dramatic like romance that is not gonna be realistic at all, but I'm gonna be like emotionally invested and just accept any crazy stuff that gets thrown at me, then you're gonna have a good time. Because that's how I kind of went into it. If I went in with like expectations of it being like, I don't know, like an Emily Henry romance, it's not gonna hit. But I don't know, I think these type of books, that's not the point. This was fun and this was really entertaining, and it was a big book and I did not feel like it dragged at all. Like Mile High, that was so long. Why did it drag so much? But I feel like it was a similar length. This was about 517 pages. This didn't drag at all. So it's not the length. She was able to keep my attention, and that's what I really, really loved about this. I know that because it was crazy in the reviews. There was like a 1 star and underneath was a 5 star, 1 star, 5 star, like crazy. But I think I'm gonna go at like a 4.5 because I seriously just had so much fun and it did not feel long. It was just, I got immersed in the story. So if you're looking for something really, really like mindless but like interesting, also Noah Riley. It is a love triangle book, but my man Noah Riley, oh my god, that is a book boyfriend. That is a book boyfriend. Like, I love him. But the summer vibes, this is what I was expecting from the Summer Turned Pretty book. Because I didn't like that book. The show, so good. But I didn't like the book. This is what I was expecting from that. Like this, there's a beach house. It's a football romance. There's a love triangle, but it's like not that annoying. It was so much fun. It's such a summer read. I'm really glad I waited until the summer to read it. Okay guys, I feel like this whole video has been in this setup, and I am like trying to think of other places to film, but this is the one that works best for me. I know that sometimes it seems to come out quite like oversaturated on the video, so I am trying to work on that, but hopefully the quality isn't too bad. I am officially finished with the challenge, so I wanted to do a quick wrap up. So the first book that I read this week was Night Shift by Annie Crown. I had really so much fun. I feel like this would be such a good book for a 24-hour readathon as well. I do really want to do one of those eventually, but I don't know if I have the willpower yet. Like, I'm scared. But this book was so much fun, so mindless but so like enjoyable. Like, I was just entertained. I would really recommend this. This I gave 4 stars, I think. I need to check maybe before I start reading them. I will put it up on the screen when I gave them, but loved. And I read Cultish on my Kindle. I also listened to it a bit on Spotify for like my audiobooks, and this was really interesting. During the week I felt like a non-fiction, like a bit of a palate cleanser, because these were a lot of like mindless fun like reads, and I wanted to read this for a long time, so I'm really glad I did. It was really enjoyable. It was like not amazing. It was also so fast paced. It was very short. Sometimes I think non-fiction can be kind of clunky, but it was really easy to grasp. I just don't think it got deep into any of the topics. It was kind of like an overview of everything. It was still really fun, and I'm glad that I read it because I have wanted to read it for a very long time. Next, I read Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I knew this would be such a good choice, and I've had this on my radar for literally so long, and I'm like so annoyed that I didn't pick it up earlier, but this was perfect for the summer. It was so easy to read this in one day. I loved it. And how did she make me love a tennis book so much? This was like a 4.75. I loved her. Then I read, this is also like not in order, I'm just picking them up from the pile. Then I read Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I've talked kind of a lot about this in this video just because it is quite a long book and I had a lot to say. This was really fun. I'm gonna give this a 4.5. Still, like, it's just such a weird one to rate. This was just pure entertainment. I loved it. Had me shocked at some points. I felt emotional a couple of times. Heard a few people cried. I wasn't at that point, but I was very close to crying. So I would recommend this. I know it's very divided, but I loved it. Then I read Hate Mail by Donna Marchetti. This was really good. I kind of didn't love the twist at the end, but again, not that deep. Like, all these books were so good if you want a book to get you like out of a slump and just like read through something quick. But yeah, those are all the books that I managed to read in this video. Obviously I only read 4 and then had started this by the time the 5 days were over, but I have now finished them all. It is Sunday. I think it was pretty successful, obviously not like fully. I would totally do this challenge again. It was very fun. I am very keen on attempting a 24-hour challenge, so if you have any tips for that, let me know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun with this, honestly. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.